Okay, I just gave you my takes on the AL East race. Now I want to give you some fantasy takes. Now, when you're thinking about picking players from the AL East, two things you got to remember. First off, two of baseball's best offenses play there, the Red Sox and the Yankees. And second off, 4 of the 5 AL East parks are decidedly offense friendly. What this means is that when these teams are playing, more often than not, there's going to be a lot of runs scored, particularly in the divisional games. This means that when you pick hitters from this division, they're going to be able to more often than not pad their stats. Home runs, RBIs, runs scored, their counting stats. And you might want to stay away from some of the more marginal pitchers in this division, particularly if you're interested in ERA and WHIP. But let's get to some specific names. First off, I really like a healthy Adrian Gonzalez in Fenway Park. Now, most people know he's coming over from the National League and a hitter's graveyard in Petco out of San Diego. And even though Fenway is a high wall and Gonzalez may not hit more than a handful more home runs, it's also a short wall, so a lot of his fly balls are going to bounce off that wall for hits. I expect Gonzalez to add at least 10-15 points to his batting average. And now in a very productive offensive lineup with an ALDH, his counting stats could go through the roof. So watch him, make sure he's healthy coming off of surgery. If he is, grab him early. Now also in Boston, a sleeper, a guy named Jed Lowry. He doesn't have a position yet, but he does have a bat, and he's going to play all over the infield in the event of Red Sox injuries. This is a guy who you can draft late and probably get very good 300, 350 bat production out of. And if things break right and he can show that he's up for the defense, he may even take the shortstop job late in the season from Marco Scutaro. Now over in New York, Robinson Cano, simply put, is the best offensive fantasy second baseman, the best offensive second baseman, period. If your co-fantasy owners are slow on the uptake here, take advantage of them, draft him early. Now in Tampa Bay, I'm not nearly as thrilled with the offense as I am in New York and Boston, except for perhaps Evan Longoria, who's of course at the top of all the third base lists. The reason I'm not thrilled with Tampa Bay offense is that I think Tampa is going to mix and match a lot of players. And you're not going to find a lot of guys with much over 500 at bats. But if you're looking for a sleeper, someone who you can draft low and might come up with a 20-20 season, 20 homers, 20 stolen bases, and will certainly get double figures in each, check out Sean Rodriguez, who's going to be playing both second base and shortstop in Tampa Bay, and maybe even a little outfield. Another sleeper in Tampa Bay is a power pitcher, a left-hander you may not have heard of. He's a rookie named Jake McGee. And this is a guy who, if the Tampa Bay closer situation goes unresolved for too long, he could run with it late in the season. Now, in Baltimore, we already told you about all of the free agents they've acquired. All of them are going to be able to hit home runs in tiny Camden Yard. But the sleeper I like there is a pitcher by the name of Brian Matusz, who doesn't have a big fastball, but he's got a lot of everything else going for him. And he was terrific down the stretch in the AL East last year. If you're in a keeper league and you're looking for a guy who can grow over the next few years, Matusz is your guy. And another sleeper pick over in Toronto is another pitcher, Brandon Morrow. He struck out a ridiculous 11 hitters per game last year. He's got control problems, he has walk issues, but if he can keep the improvement here as he did in the second half of last year, and you draft him low, he could yield you big dividends. And finally, less of a sleeper in Toronto, an outfielder who's also unproven, but a guy who we think is just a 30 home run hitter waiting to happen, is outfielder Travis Snyder. Now I'm done here, and don't forget, if you need more help, go to baseballhq.com. Check us out. We're the leader in fantasy advice. And don't forget to check out, while you're there, the First Pitch Fantasy Forum Caravan. We're going to be in Los Angeles this Saturday, March 12th. Myself, Ron Chandler, Jeff Erickson, the KFFL kids, 3 hours of interactive fantasy question and answers and fun. $40 in advance, $50 at the door. You can get all the information at baseballhq.com. We're going to be in San Francisco the next day, March 13th. Check us out. I am out of here.